Angela's story is one of love, betrayal, and the quest for happiness. Living the quiet life of a stay-at-home mom with her husband William and their son Jason, Angela harbored a single regret. They never celebrated their union with a wedding. 4 years prior, amidst the joy of pregnancy, William proposed, turning their world into a whirlwind of anticipation and opposition from both their families. Despite the resistance, fueled by a desire to keep their growing family intact, they married without the grandeur of a wedding, putting the needs of their soon-to-arrive child first. The longing for a wedding never faded for Angela. Eventually, William surprised her with the idea of having a wedding around Christmas, just before their lives would become busier with Angela returning to work and Jason starting daycare. The announcement was a breath of fresh air, dispelling Angela's growing fears of becoming just a backdrop in William's life. With renewed vigor, she dove into planning, eager to share this joy with her 5 closest friends, Catherine, Anna, Helen, and Catherine, who had been her pillars through various life stages. As they gathered to celebrate the upcoming wedding, each friend brought their own life experiences to the table, from Anna's motherhood adventures to Helen's pregnancy and Catherine's quiet contemplation, possibly reflecting on her single status. Angela, amidst this circle of support, felt an overwhelming sense of happiness, looking forward to the day when she would finally have the wedding of her dreams. The wedding day itself was a dream come true, with Angela, William, and Jason dressed in their finest, surrounded by family and friends who had come to embrace their love fully. However, this perfect day took a dark turn. Angela collapsed, awakening in a hospital to overhear a devastating truth. William and her best friend were having an affair, and her wedding had been sabotaged with sleeping pills. Betrayed and heartbroken, Angela faced the harsh reality of her closest relationships unraveling. Despite the turmoil, Angela's story is not just one of despair, but of resilience and determination. Faced with betrayal, she chose not to be a victim. The revelation, although painful, ignited a fierce resolve within her to reclaim her life and happiness, proving that even in the darkest moments, strength and love can lead the way to a new beginning. Angela had meticulously organized an unforgettable reception to celebrate her wedding, a festivity brimming with love, joy, and the promise of making cherished memories. Unlike most brides who often feel too anxious to enjoy their wedding feast, Angela was looking forward to savoring the elaborate Italian cuisine she had selected, having already been married to William for 4 years. The sight of her son, contentedly eating his kid's meal between her and William, filled her heart with warmth. She had anticipated this day with nothing but excitement, believing it would unfold without incident, surrounded by the laughter and well-wishes of family, friends, and colleagues. The reception was everything she had hoped for and more. There were heartfelt speeches, a touching slideshow created by friends that brought both tears and laughter, and moments of pure bliss as Angela, William, and their son, adorned in outfits accentuated with playful patterns their son had added, stood together during the candlelight service and photo session. Angela felt a surge of happiness as compliments on her dress flowed in, a testament to the joy and unity that the day was supposed to symbolize. Throughout the evening, Angela noticed William conversing with Catherine, a close friend and colleague who had leaned on William for support during a difficult time in her career. Angela had always trusted William and Catherine's friendship, knowing that William had helped Catherine transition to a better work environment. She saw their laughter and shared photos as nothing out of the ordinary, a simple display of friendship and camaraderie. However, as the evening progressed, an unexpected turn shattered the celebratory atmosphere. Just as Angela prepared to express her gratitude towards her parents, her world began to blur and tilt. A sudden wave of dizziness overwhelming her. Confusion and panic set in as she struggled to maintain her composure, only to find herself collapsing, her surroundings fading into a haze of concerned voices and the urgent call for medical assistance. William's reassuring words, hinting at the cause being just a sleeping pill, only deepened the mystery and her growing fear. As consciousness slipped away from her, Angela was left grappling with unanswered questions and a deepening sense of betrayal. Awakening in the hospital, the doctor's words confirmed her worst fears, an overdose of sleeping pills. Confused and hurt, Angela faced a reality far removed from the joyous celebration she had envisioned, launching her into a quest for truth and reconciliation amidst the ruins of trust and the shadows of deceit. Angela found herself in a bewildering situation, one that she could have never predicted. After waking up in the hospital with no recollection of consuming sleeping pills, both she and her husband William were at a loss, clueless about how she ended up overdosing. The police, suspecting foul play, got involved, but with no memory of the event and countless guests around their food, pinning down a suspect was challenging. Angela recalled William's words about the sleeping pill before she lost consciousness, which now cast a shadow of doubt over his earlier clueless demeanor. Despite the investigation, the perpetrator remained a mystery. The decision for Angela to remain hospitalized for observation left their son in the care of her parents, while friends and relatives offered their support. However, an unexpected encounter would soon unravel the truth. Feeling thirsty and alone, Angela ventured towards the hospital shop, only to stumble upon William and Catherine in a revealing conversation. Catherine's casual mention of ruining the wedding due to her disapproval and William's assurances to Catherine painted a clear picture of betrayal. Angela, hidden from view, listened in shock as they revealed their affair, discussing the wedding as a facade to allay suspicions and a strategy to avoid financial burdens. The depth of their deceit was palpable, leaving Angela heartbroken and enraged. Overwhelmed by the realization of her husband's infidelity and Catherine's sabotage, Angela retreated to her room, enveloped in a mix of clear-minded anger and profound sadness. The love and trust she once held for William and Catherine had evaporated, replaced by a resolute desire for retribution. As dawn broke, Angela's resolve hardened. The emotional ties that had bound her to William and Catherine were severed, leaving her determined to confront the betrayal. The once cherished memories and bonds had vanished, leaving Angela to navigate the aftermath of deception and plot her course toward justice and self-reclamation. In the aftermath of her hospitalization, Angela found herself entangled in a web of betrayal, plotting a course of revenge against William, her husband, and Catherine, her once trusted friend. William's attempt to engage her in conversation the morning following her discovery only served to amplify her distress. Claiming fatigue, Angela feigned sleep, her mind racing with plans to strip them both of what they valued most. For William, their home, his career, and his finances. For Catherine, her job, her circle of friends, and her illicit relationship with William. Yet, Angela recognized the need for concrete evidence to dismantle their lives effectively. Upon her release from the hospital, Angela wasted no time seeking the expertise of a private investigator, aiming to expose William and Catherine's affair and Catherine's potential involvement with the sleeping pills. Concurrently, she reached out to Catherine, a lawyer and friend, to discuss her situation. Despite Catherine's initial shock and reluctance to believe the allegations against Catherine, she agreed to assist Angela in gathering evidence, underlining the gravity of the situation if the affair and Catherine's role in the drugging were proven true. Despite their efforts, obtaining definitive proof proved challenging. William's vigilance with his personal effects and a reduction in his social outings left little opportunity for incriminating discoveries. The private investigator's findings, though suggestive of a close relationship between William and Catherine, fell short of irrefutable proof of an affair. The only tangible lead emerged from the investigation into the sleeping pills, which confirmed Catherine's prescription for a specific drug a year prior, offering a potential link to Angela's poisoning. Faced with these obstacles, Catherine proposed a strategy. Angela would feign an absence from home, creating an opportunity for William's guard to drop and potentially reveal his true actions. Although skeptical, Angela agreed to the plan, recognizing the potential to catch William in the act, especially with Valentine's Day approaching, a time when his true priorities could no longer remain hidden. This decision marked a new phase in Angela's quest for justice, fueled by a blend of hope and the sting of betrayal, as she braced herself to uncover the truth about the man she once loved and the friend she once trusted. Angela, seeking to unveil the truth behind her husband William's actions and Catherine's involvement, devised a plan under the guise of visiting her parents in Kansas. William, seemingly supportive, was unaware of Angela's true intent, to confirm his infidelity by monitoring their home. With hidden cameras, a strategy proposed by her lawyer friend Catherine, Angela aimed to maintain the illusion of her trip while scrutinizing the house's surveillance footage for any signs of betrayal. Following Catherine's advice, Angela installed cameras in strategic locations within their home. She kept up appearances by sending William pictures and video calls from Kansas, convincing him of her and their son's presence there. Initially, William's reactions seemed genuine, causing Angela to doubt her suspicions momentarily. However, the reality soon unfolded as she reviewed the camera footage, revealing William's efforts to conceal their usual pet camera and his subsequent actions of bringing Catherine home, confirming their affair. Fueled by the discovery, Angela communicated with Catherine, who expressed disappointment but swiftly shifted focus towards exacting revenge on William and Catherine. Despite the emotional turmoil, Angela resolved to proceed with their plan, focusing on gathering evidence to facilitate her separation from William. Returning to New York under the pretense of work, Angela left her son with her parents, sparing them the distressing details of her marital woes. In New York, she reunited with Catherine to finalize their strategy. They awaited the opportune moment when William and Catherine would leave the house, allowing them to position themselves inside a bedroom closet to catch the adulterers in the act. Patience paid off as William and Catherine eventually left for groceries, providing Angela and Catherine the chance to execute their plan. Hidden in the closet, they waited for the couple's return. The moment William and Catherine resumed their intimate encounter, Angela and Catherine emerged, capturing the betrayal firsthand. The confrontation left William and Catherine shocked and speechless, their affair exposed by Angela's meticulous planning. With the evidence needed to proceed with her plans, Angela stood ready to face the aftermath of her broken marriage, empowered by the truth and her determination to move forward. Angela, armed with the truth of William and Catherine's betrayal, confronted them with unwavering resolve. She revealed her strategy of feigning a trip to Kansas to gather evidence of their affair, which had been exposed in the most incriminating manner. William, caught off guard, attempted to deflect blame onto Catherine, inadvertently confessing to his knowledge of the drugging. Catherine, Angela's lawyer and ally, captured the confession, further tightening the noose around William and Catherine's deceit. Catherine's shock at Catherine's presence underscored the depth of their miscalculation. Catherine, initially hesitant to believe her friend could be involved in such duplicity, found herself facing the undeniable reality of the betrayal captured on video. William's feeble attempts to downplay the affair as a mere fling crumbled under the weight of his admissions and the legal ramifications outlined by Catherine. Catherine, confronted with her actions and their consequences, desperately sought William's assistance, only to be met with cold dismissal. The arrival of the police and the presentation of the video evidence marked the culmination of Angela's quest for justice. Both William and Catherine were taken for questioning, with the investigation extending to Catherine's prescription for sleeping pills, a detail uncovered by Angela's diligent investigative efforts. In the aftermath, Angela and Catherine celebrated the beginning of Angela's new chapter away from the shadows of betrayal. The repercussions for William and Catherine were swift and severe. William, though not charged, faced professional ruin as his employer, prompted by the evidence of the affair and the allegations of misconduct, opted for his voluntary retirement. The revelations also stirred further testimonies from colleagues, painting a damning picture of their workplace behavior. As Angela initiated divorce proceedings, William, stripped of his legal representation and faced with the overwhelming evidence against him, sought a desperate plea for forgiveness. He offered alimony and any concession to avoid divorce, a testament to the gravity of his fall from grace. Angela, however, stood firm, guided by a clear vision of her future, one defined by integrity and freedom from the deceit that had marred her mariage. When William, now a man brought low by his misdeeds, knelt and begged for reconciliation, Angela remained steadfast, unmoved by his pleas. The thought of reuniting with someone who had not only been unfaithful, but was also jobless held no appeal for her. She was resolute in her decision for a divorce, undeterred by William's attempt to leverage their son's need for a father in his argument. Angela's confidence in her ability to raise their child without William's influence was clear. Catherine, observing the futile exchange, suggested mediation to avoid unnecessary depletion of William's already dwindling resources. Despite his initial resistance faced with the reality of his situation, William capitulated, agreeing to the divorce terms after a period of contemplation. His surrender was met with a mix of relief and amusement from Angela and Catherine. The divorce proceedings were swift, with William agreeing to a settlement that included significant compensation, monthly child support, and a portion of his severance pay, under the condition of making payments in installments due to his financial predicament. Angela, though sympathetic to his plight, ensured the terms were favorable to her and their child, securing their future without William. Catherine's subsequent approach to an out-of-court settlement over the wedding debacle was met with Angela's firm refusal to forgive. Catherine's plea, marred by desperation and the audacity to downplay her actions, did little to sway Angela. The revelation of William's downfall and subsequent joblessness seemed to momentarily please Catherine, showcasing the twisted dynamics of their relationships. The encounter escalated quickly, with Catherine's frustration boiling over into a physical altercation, swiftly halted by her lawyer. Catherine's quick wit turned the situation into a legal advantage, reinforcing Angela's resolve to pursue legal action against Catherine for her betrayal and the turmoil she had caused. Angela's journey through betrayal, confrontation, and the quest for justice culminated in a decisive stand against those who wronged her, underscoring her strength and determination to protect her well-being and that of her child, leaving her past firmly behind her. After the dust settled on the turbulent events, Angela found herself reflecting on the outcome with a sense of closure and satisfaction. The ordeal had not only exposed the true colors of those she once considered close, but also paved the way for a fresh start. When Angela shared the details of the saga with Anna and Helen, their reaction was one of utter disdain towards Catherine, effectively isolating her from their circle. Catherine's pointed remark about Catherine's dwindling friendships left her in tears, a testament to the consequences of her actions. The fallout was swift and severe. Catherine faced legal repercussions for her actions, leading to her arrest, a moment that seemed to sever the last ties she had to her former life. The intervention of Catherine's parents, offering compensation in a bid to navigate the aftermath of her decisions, highlighted the gravity of her situation. Despite their efforts, Catherine's refusal to accept responsibility and her negative attitude made the prospect of probation unlikely. William, on the other hand, found himself in dire straits, struggling to meet the financial demands of the settlement, alimony, and child support. His descent into part-time work in construction and cleaning spoke volumes about the drastic change in his circumstances. Angela, while concerned about the reliability of the financial support, couldn't help but hope for his perseverance, not out of compassion but out of necessity for her and her son's well-being. Angela's return to her hotel job marked a new chapter in her life, one where she balanced her professional responsibilities with her role as a mother. Despite the challenges of daycare and the guilt of time spent apart, she was determined to make the most of their moments together. The settlement from William, albeit under unfortunate circumstances, offered a silver lining, providing her with the means to pursue home ownership, a dream she was slowly turning into reality. As Angela navigated this new phase, her life was undeniably more vibrant and fulfilling than before. The experience had reshaped her outlook, instilling a sense of independence and resilience. Looking ahead, she was open to the possibilities of the future, hopeful for what lay beyond the horizon, and ready to embrace whatever came next with open arms and a fortified heart.